My talk is about the current experimentation we done to build service-oriented application with Frescati and deploy them on multiple clouds. So my objective is not to sell you a product or to sell you a solution. It's just to show you some perspective on which we work. This work is done in the context of the EasySOA project, a French-funded project. In fact, if we trust the cloud computing evangelist, the sun shines, the sky is blue, and all the clouds are white. And in fact, I think that is certainly false. Just for one reason, it's that there is not just one cloud, but in fact there is a plethora of heterogeneous clouds. Here you could see different forms of clouds. And I think that each of these forms are wonderful and beautiful. For instance, I think that you could imagine where is the Azure cloud and where is the Orange cloud in this cloud. But it's really different from the Amazon cloud, for instance. I think that you could see also your cloud, your own cloud. Certainly one of these pictures. I hope for you that your cloud is not an hurricane. This is also a cloud. This form is also a cloud. And I hope also for you that it's not a tornado, because this is also a cloud. This is also a cloud. So this picture is just to show you that the cloud computing is and will be heterogeneous. There is not just one cloud, or perhaps the better cloud will be Orange or Azure or Amazon. They think that this be the best cloud, but in the reality, we will have several different clouds, and the developer are faced to two major issues. There is for all the clouds, there is several issues about elasticity, interoperability, security, SLA, provisioning, etc. But for the future, I think that we will build a system deployed on multiple clouds, and we need two things. The first thing is the ability to build service-oriented application portable on different clouds. For certain person name this migration. They want to migrate an application to the cloud and after to another cloud, depending of the offering of the different actors of the cloud world. So the first aspect is multi-cloud portability. I want to write one application and be independent of the different cloud and the different API in the different cloud. Another aspect that could be interesting in the future, if we have a multiple cloud infrastructure, we want also to deploy distributed application on this distributed cloud infrastructure. So we need to provision service-oriented application, and the same application could be distributed across different cloud providers or different cloud platforms. So my talk and my experimentation and demonstration in the next slide is about to provide a possible solution to these two issues. So, as everybody, I have a religion. And for some years, My religion is the service component architecture. But in the past, I have also other religion. I purchased other religion. But currently, my religion is service component architecture. I will not describe this technology in the all detail. What is important to know is that it's a standard defined at the OASIS consortium. This standard is agnostic about the technology that we could use inside the service component architecture. And this standard defines a component-based programming model for service-oriented architecture or service-oriented application. So this model is we could see as a classical component model that where we have, I think that you have already seen this kind of concept, the notion of application composite, and a composite is composed of different components, business components, and these different components are interconnected explicitly by services and reference. This is just the name in this standard. But what is really interesting in the service component architecture is that it's independent of the technology we use inside the application. For instance, there is various languages that are supported by SCA to implement a component. We could describe a service via different interface definition language. We could use WSDL or Java or WADL, or we could also use OMG IDL. And we could have interaction between components through different communication binding protocols. So we could use web service or GMS, or we could use also any kind of services, of protocols, network protocols. So this is the base of this standard. And in the Frascati project that is hosted by OW2, we give an open source implementation of this standard. So we are compliant with the definition of this standard. So currently we support Java, WSDL, SOAP, interaction, BPAL, GMI, GMS, Spring components. And these features are defined in the standard. But in fact, in Frascati, we try to go beyond the standard. We have also implemented a REST-oriented protocol, a REST-oriented binding. We have also JSON RPC binding, UPnP, Java EMI, or G-group communication inside SCA. We also support OSGI bundle in an assembly of SCA component. We also support scripting and template language to implement business component. Or with a certain technology, we also could integrate C library directly and see a C library as a SCA component. Another aspect of Frascati is to add a runtime introspection and reconfiguration on top of ECA. And the last point of Frascati is, as other middleware or application server, is to propose a la carte solution. that where you could build your own Frascati depending on your application needs or your system constraints. So this, the Frascati that currently exist in OW2, and in fact, Frascati, so it's a application server or a container for ACA application, but we could also see two other features of Frascati is to consider that Frascati is an abstraction for a variety of existing middleware. So, for instance, for web service or REST interaction, we use Apache CXF, or for BPAL, we use Petalink BPAL engine, named EasyBPAL, or for OSGI, we integrate OSGI, standard OSGI container. But for the developer of one ACI application, he doesn't see the detail of this middleware. In fact, he just sees the ACA abstraction, and he programs with this abstraction, and all the data to execute the application on Felix or to execute a BPAL process with EasyBPAL or to have asynchronous communication with JORAM is managed by Frascati. And another part of Frascati is to, when you have deployed your application, you have an API to access to this application. And in fact, this API is a Fractal API, an API defined in at the beginning of the OW2 consortium. And we use this API in the context of Frascati. And this API allows us to introspect a system or any part of a running system, and also to reconfigure a running system. And this API were used in different Frascati tools. For instance, a graphical interface to explore ACI application, an administration console with GMA mix, and various other tools, generic tools that allow to administrate running ACI application. So we have started to move to the cloud. And what is important in our approach is that we don't want to just go to one cloud, but we want to go to several or the maximum cloud that we could address. Currently, we have Frascati running on Amazon, but also on other IaaS providers. For instance, Instant Compute is an Indian IaaS provider, and you should know what is the owner of this company, which is Tata people. We have also deployed Frascati on Innovance Cloud. But Innovance is a partner of the Compati-1 project. And we have also experimented private IaaS at the INEA. And we have also experimented to deploy Frascati on existing PaaS. So here we have all the public PaaS, Java-based PaaS available around the world. I think perhaps there is just 2 or 3 PaaS that we don't use is Azure currently, and also an Indian PaaS that provide the G2E application server.